Hey guys, it's Nana, and today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the book Half Bad by Sally Green. When the book starts, we're kind of just thrown right into it. Nathan is the main character, and in the beginning of the book, he's in a cage. And you're like, what? Why is he in a cage? What's going on? Who has got him trapped? The premise of the story is that Nathan is a half-code, and that means that he is half black witch and half white witch. And in this society, white witches are supposedly the good ones, and black witches are evil. The fact that Nathan's half white and half black is a cause for concern, according to the Council of White Witches. They have been hunting down black witches and killing them because they think they are a menace to society. So since Nathan is half black, they are watching him very carefully. They want to know how he's going to turn out. Let me talk about the parts that I liked first. I thought the premise was super interesting. So it's kind of a nature versus nurture discussion. Nathan has been raised by white witches his entire life, so is he going to lean more towards that side and be good according to whatever that means, or is he going to be a black witch like his father and turn out to be evil? His entire life, Nathan is treated differently and often cruelly just because he's a half-code. And I think you can definitely draw parallels there because Nathan is treated this way just because of the way he was born, which he didn't really have any control over. I mean, he does have control over the way that he turns out and how he decides to act, but he can't help that he was born a half-code. But because of that, he's subjected to all sorts of tests. Once a year he has to go for what's called an assessment to the Council of White Witches, and they are basically trying to decide, can they put him in one category or the other? Can they declare him as a white witch or a black witch, and that will affect the rest of his life. I thought the world and the entire setup was very interesting. Just different characteristics of their world I thought were interesting. For example, the way that they determine what their special power is on their 17th birthday, they're given 3 gifts by a blood relative, and one of those gifts will be their power. Also, Nathan has a special ability to tell who's a witch by the color of their eyes. In witches' eyes, he can see these different colored shards of almost metal that glint and turn and spin, and that just sounded really cool. I thought if this were a movie, I'd love to see how they do that. I thought the plot generally moved along pretty well. Another part of what makes that easy is the writing style. It's very short. It's very short and almost choppy in places, but that does provide a certain rhythm, which I think worked for this book. Now let's get into the things that I didn't love as much. Except for Nathan, I thought that a lot of the other characters were pretty flat. The story is told from Nathan's perspective, so I think we get a fairly good handle on what he's thinking and what his character's like, but most other people were pretty one note. Some of the people who are his enemies and who are extremely cruel to them, I don't really understand their motivations. It seems like they're just evil for the sake of being evil, but I want to know why they feel this way and why they're acting that way. It drives me crazy when I don't know enough about the character to know their motivations. I want the character's actions to make sense for the character's personality, and if I don't know enough about their personality, I can't connect the two pieces. The same goes with his love interest. There is a little bit of romance, and he loves this girl named Annalise, and I don't get why. All we know about her basically is that she's pretty and she's nice to him. Other than that, I don't really buy that he has deep feelings for her, or if he does, I don't understand why he does other than the author writing that he does. But I need to have some reason. There needs to be some reason behind his feelings, not just he's a boy and she's a girl and they're nice to each other and they're in love. No, that's not enough. I did feel that the pacing towards the end of the book was a little strange. There is a chunk right before the end where not too much is happening, and then it all happens in the last like 30 pages or something. You're just kind of like, whoa, whoa, and then it ends a bit abruptly. But I guess that makes a little bit of sense because I realized that this is supposed to be a trilogy, so there are more books coming. So I suppose she wanted to leave us hanging, but I just felt that that last chunk of the book was a bit rushed. Also, towards the end, we meet a character who is more interesting, who is starting to develop, and I want to know more about him, and then the book ends. I hope there's more of him in the next book. So overall, I like this book. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was good, not great, not terrible, just good. And I would want to read the next book in the series to see where it goes. If you think the plot sounds interesting and you like YA, I would say give this one a go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've read this book or you want to, definitely let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. And if you want to talk to me elsewhere, I'm on Goodreads, Twitter, Instagram. I'll leave my links below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Oh my gosh, I just realized that the cover is a face. I thought this was just like red swirls, but there's a face in here. That makes it a lot cooler.